time to introduce our special guest, club commentator Rob Daly. How are you, sir? Enjoying the international break?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, got a few games on myself commentating over the course of the next few days. So yeah, some good ones. But of course, really desperate to get back to the Premier League as well and see Tottenham Hotspur in action. So yeah, there's loads to get into.
Yeah, I love watching our boys on the international stage, and I think it's absolutely incredible, right? When you're seeing players go and do their thing, it's such an honour for them. At the same time, I love watching Spurs in the Premier League at the moment.
And come back not injured.
Yeah, please be fine. Please be fine. I wanted to start there actually, and I wanted to talk about the form that Spurs are in. A couple of difficult results to finish up before the international break, but on the whole, 26 points so far. It's not a bad return, is it?
Yeah, 26 points from 12 games. Excellent start to the season. I think it's difficult to sit in a defeat like that, the nature of the Wolves defeat and the Chelsea one for a couple of weeks as well, because the players can't get back to action. They can't try and right the wrongs of that game necessarily. And Spurs fans have had the other end of the spectrum, where it's sitting in the glorious position at the top of the table going into an October international break. But look, still around those top places, only 2 points behind the leaders, Manchester City. It's been an extraordinary start to the season. And it's about getting players back from their respective suspensions and injuries and building on the great work from Ange Postecoglou so far.
Right, I'm going to put you on the spot straight away, Rob. Tough question. Who has been your player of the season so far? Sorry, I've really thrown that at you. I haven't given you much prep time. Okay.
So many names come to mind. So have you got one ready? You can go first.
I'll go first on this then.
Yeah, you go
first.
Okay,
so for me, one of our new signings, James Maddison, I just think he's been absolutely incredible. Really, really unlucky to get the injury at the time that he did. But I just think across the board this season, there's been so many things that have stood out in terms of the quality of his performances. Yeah,
he's felt like the right fit, hasn't he? He feels like a Tottenham Hotspur player, that kind of flair attacking midfielder that you would associate with the club for so many decades. And I think the club have been missing a player like this. It's obvious. Obviously injured at the moment, and his recovery is going to take a little bit of time. But he has been so fun to watch. He is a player who gets you off your seat. It's a reminder that football is supposed to be fun. He plays with a smile and a swagger, winds up the crowd a little bit. It's just brilliant, and his goals have been extraordinary. This was, I think, his best moment so far, this bamboozling of Bukayo Saka, just one of many assists so far this season, Ben.
Yeah, at such a perfect time as well, considering that Saka had just done the dart celebration.
Absolutely.
I mean, we got 2 assists in this game, but that doesn't really tell half the story. I think the thing that jumps out for me is this wonderful ability he has to just arrive at the right time, timing on his runs, and the way that he can play between the lines as well. Because teams have seen the way that InsideSpurs want to play, having a player that can just drift into pockets of space and be so dangerous and threatening is a real gift. Tell me who your player of the season so far is then, Rob, and I'm assuming it's someone that we've seen in a few of those clips.
Yeah, look, I think I've got to go Heungmin Son. There's loads of names that come to mind. It's been a brilliant start for a number of players. But I've loved what Sonny's done, not only with the armband, but with his new position. This is where it all started, really, with Burnley away, when he went up front as the centre-forward for the first time this season. And was absolutely ruthless.
Such an exquisite finish,
Brilliant
wasn't it?
Finish, yeah. 3 goals at Turf Moor, and it was the start of this remarkable run of scoring in this centre-forward position. We spoke to him, didn't we, earlier in the season, Ben, about the difference in playing this role compared to starting out on the left. And he says, I've played it a lot, you know, but he has played it briefly for Spurs. But look, these centre-forward positions, he knows to make that run across the near post. So many of his goals have been like that. And so many of his goals for the clubs have been like this.
Rob, I think one of the things that jumps out to me is the ruthlessness of his finishing. It's something that you come to expect from him. He's such a clean striker of the ball that you just think when he gets a chance, oh, he'll just score it. It's only really when you watch the clips back that you think, these are not all easy finishes. He just makes them look that way.
He does, yeah. And then when he does miss one, it's so surprising because you back him in those positions every single time. And we used to see it with Harry Kane, didn't we, last season? It'd be like in a kind of goodish shooting position. You go, I think he's definitely going to score here, and he would. And Son is doing that, and I think he's helped bridge that gap at centre forward massively. Spurs have got loads of options in the wide forward areas. So, look, he's been unbelievable. But you kind of expect him